what is lambda expression, what is the lambda expression, and then what is the default method, what is the default method, and then what is the anonymous not default method, functional interface, next, and after that anonymous inner class versus functional interface. Are you getting? Versus functional interface. Okay, next versus lambda expression, okay, like we covered. So now anyway, just there are some more extra things are there related to lambda expression and anonymous inner classes, just not required for our day-to-day coding. So still the people who required that, just go through the material. Are you getting? Just go through the material. There explain some more extra things related to anonymous inner class and lambda expression. But one thing you people should aware, anonymous inner class and lambda expression, which is more powerful? Can you please tell which is more powerful? Anonymous inner class is more powerful, or lambda expression is more powerful? Sir, anonymous inner class is more powerful than lambda expression, because the reason for that is anonymous inner class can extend a normal class, normal class. Yeah, others we will provide, don't worry. Sir, anonymous inner class can extend normal class. First one, anonymous inner class can extend an abstract class. Are you getting? An abstract class. Anonymous inner class can implement an interface, which contains any number of methods, which contain any number of abstract methods, like this, right? Which contain any number of abstract methods, like we discussed. So this is anonymous inner class concept. Are you getting? Anonymous inner class can extend a normal class, can extend an abstract class, can implement an interface which contains any number of abstract methods. Are you getting? Any number of abstract methods, right? So but just take a bit very special care. But lambda expression can implement an interface which contains can you please tell? Can implement an interface which contains a single abstract method. Are you getting? Which contains a single abstract method. Of course, such type of interfaces are also known as functional interfaces, right? Remember that. So it's very clear for you people. Sir, anonymous inner class can extend a normal class, can extend abstract class, can implement an interface which contains any number of abstract methods. But lambda expression can implement an interface which contain a single abstract method only. Sir, if it contains multiple abstract methods, if it is a normal class, if it is abstract class, lambda expressions cannot be used, right? Lambda expression concept applicable only for functional interface concept. That's why anonymous inner class never be equal to anonymous inner class power, never be equal to lambda expressions. Lambda expressions are both are not equal in the power. Anonymous inner class is more powerful than lambda expressions. Any doubt? Any doubt about this one? Anonymous inner class concept is more powerful than lambda expressions. When compared with the lambdas, anonymous inner class having the more power, because anonymous inner class can extend a normal class, anonymous inner class can extend an abstract class, anonymous inner class can implement an interface which contain any number of abstract methods, right? But lambda expression, no chance at all. Lambda expression concept applicable only for functional interface. If an interface contains a single abstract method, then only lambda expression concept is going to be applicable. Clear? Not required to keep much explanation about this terminology, right? That's all. So this is, but anyway, some more extra methods, extra points are there. Just go through our materials, sir. Next one, what is the next thing I have to discuss about this? Sir, default methods concept. Very important for the integer room. Very important for the integer room, sir. Default methods concept. Remember that. Sir, what is the default method? What the default methods are? Very simple. Do you know from 1.7 version, 1.8 version onwards, 1.8 version onwards, we can take default methods also inside interface. We can take default methods also inside interface. Sir, what is the purpose? How to declare? How you can use? All these things I'm going to discuss for you people, so that you never going to get any difficulty about this concept. First, aware what is the need, what is the purpose, and so on, right? So until 1.7 version, I'm talking about before 1.8, until 1.7 version, every method present inside, interface is always, please respond, is always, every method present inside interface is always public and abstract, correct or not? Every method present inside interface is always public and abstract, whether we are declaring or not declaring, sir. It's always public and abstract, whether you are taking or not taking. You know, you can take like void m1, you can take like public void m1, you can take like public void m1, or you can take abstract void m1, Next, if you can take public abstract void m1, like you can take anything, sir. You can take anything, sir. All these things are equal inside the interface until 1.7 version. Remember that every method present inside interface is always public and abstract, whether we are declaring or not declaring, right? But now from 1.8 version, of course, this is the method related. Next, every variable, here related to the methods, one more point let me talk. Related to methods, in the 1.8 version, default methods allowed, static methods also allowed. Default methods are allowed, static methods also allowed. Oh, inside interface, in the 1.8 version, default methods are allowed and static methods also allowed. In the 1.9 version, private methods also allowed. Wow, wonderful, man. Inside interface, yes, how many things are allowed related to the methods in the 1.8, default methods and static methods, 1.9 private methods also allowed. Any doubt? Any doubt about this one? Okay. But what about variables, right? What about variables? Every variable present inside interface is always public, always static, always final. Every variable present inside interface is always public, static, final. Sir, whether it is the 1.7 version, whether it is the 1.8 version or 1.9 version. Sir, variables wise, no additions, but methods wise, there are some additions came in the 1.8 and 1.9 versions. Remember this one, because some people are asking, sir, okay, methods, default method, static method, private methods, okay, inside interface. But what about variables, right? Is there the enhancements made with respect to variables or not? Simple answer, you people should be aware. No enhancements related to the variables in the newer versions of Java. Any doubt? Any doubt up to this? So now the first extra method came in the 1.8 version inside interface is the default method. Let me talk about that, sir. Default method. Regarding this default method is also known as virtual extension method. Virtual extension method. Sir, this is also known as defender method. Regarding these are various other words, right? Default method, defender methods, next virtual extension method, like this, right? Anyone, can you please tell defender? What is the meaning of defender? Please respond, man. Defender. Is there any other word? What is the meaning of defender method? Defender. Yes. It is also known as defender method. What is the meaning of defender? Any English terminology? Forget about that Java. Any English words? Ayo, yes or no? Tell so that I will explain. Do you aware? The person who defends. What is the meaning of defense? Defender means the person who defend. Good protection. Protection. Defense means not a depend. Defense. Defense means what? Protection. You know, savior. The person who is going to provide service. Protection. That person is called a defender. Okay. Defender meaning. Can you please observe? A person who depends someone or someone. Okay. So something like a player whose task is to protect their own insights goal. Something like that. Do you know the person who is going to provide protection? Protection. This person is by default considered as a defender, right? The person who is going to save our life. That person is called a defender. Then immediately you ask, sir, why default method is the defender? Why default method is the defender? Why this default method is going to save our life? How it is going to save? Really, man, this concept is the most beautiful concept. If this concept is not there inside Java, then we may miss n number of new features in Java, sir. Really, n number of new features, sir. Streams concept, like there are several things we are going to miss by mistake if this concept is not there. Means all the remaining enhancements based on this concept only. Remember. Then immediately you may ask, sir, what is the default method? What is the need of this default method? Like this, right? Sir, I have one method is there, sir. One Java program is there. Observe very carefully, sir. Please listen. Very important. What is the need? I will explain. I have one interface is there. Interrupt, sir. Interrupt is there, or I is there. Interface I, sir. I is there. Now here public void m1 is there, public void m2 is there. So total how many methods are available? Please respond. How many methods are available? My interface contain how many methods? 2 methods. Now my target is class test1 implements class test1 implements I. For how many methods I should compulsory provide implementation? Please respond. For how many methods I should provide compulsory implementation? 2 methods. Sir, public void m1 method. It is the implementation. M2 method. It is the implementation. Right. Sir, in this example, currently whatever screen you are seeing, how many interfaces are there? Can you please tell? How many interfaces you are seeing? Only one. How many classes you are seeing? How many implementation classes we are seeing? Only one. Can I take multiple implementation classes or not? Yes, why not? You can take any number of implementation classes, no problem at all. Sir, assume that another implementation class, tester2, another implementation class, Sir, test1, tester2, tester3. Okay, here test 100. Can you please confirm? Is it possible or not? Array, any number of implementation classes possible, man, possible. Just the best example, collection interface is there. Do you know this collection interface implemented by sir, array list class, linked list class, vector, stack, next tree set, hash set, linked hash set, like sir, dot. All these are various implementation classes of collection interface. Interface is only one, but implementation classes multiple there. But make sure every implementation class compulsory should provide implementation. Compulsory should provide implementation for each and every method of that interface. Okay, like now if I compile this code, is it going to compile or not? Yes. Is it going to compile or not? If I compile this code, is it going to compile or not? Yes, perfectly. It is going to compile, no problem at all. Regarding perfectly, it's going to compile, sir. No issue at all. Definitely, it's going to compile. Let me compile this code. Let me compile. Okay. Here, just I'm taking test.java. Test.java I'm taking. Next, Java C test.java. Okay, here just observe, definitely it is going to compile. Don't keep any doubt at all. Yes, well, so now my question is, tomorrow, sir, the day is going on. Tomorrow, I want to add a new method to the interface. I want to add a new method to the interface. Public void M3. Tomorrow, I want to add a new method to the interface. Can you please tell, if I add this one, is the code is going to compile or not? Please respond. If I add like this, is the code is going to compile or not? Can you please confirm? Is it going to compile or not? No. What is the problem? What is the problem you are going to get? Yeah, because every implementation class compulsory should provide implementation. Regarding every implementation class should compulsory provide implementation. So already these 100 classes implemented only M1 and M2. Already these people implemented only M1 and M2. Only M1 and M2, but not M3. That's why immediately you are going to get errors. Immediately you will get errors. Have you observed, right? So test 1 not implemented, test 2 not implemented, test 3 not implemented, test 100 not implemented, like that. Then, so once we define an interface and the implementation classes are already defined, then you are not allowed to add any new method to the interface. Because the reason is, if you are trying to add a new method, all the implementation classes are going to be affected. Regarding are going to be affected, the code won't compile, the problem you are going to get. So once we define an interface, that interface is the final. You are not allowed to change. You are not allowed to change like this, right? That interface is the final. We are not allowed. We are not allowed to change. That's all. That is the final. Okay. But now Java people identified this problem. Array, tomorrow I want to extend functionality of this interface by adding new methods. How I can? If it's always fixed, maybe the problem. So without affecting implementation classes, is it possible to add a new method to the interface? That concept itself is nothing but okay, default methods. Regarding, just observe that a bit very carefully, sir. Instead of normal method, if I can take a default method inside interface, happily the code is going to compile. Sir, my implementation classes are not required to implement this default method, because default method is already having implementation, right? Observe a bit carefully, sir. Sir, I'm not I'm adding normal method. If I add a normal method, public void M3 normal abstract method, sir, immediately we are getting error. I'm getting error, sir. 3 times or 4 times error we are going to get. But now let me make this one as the default. Let me make this one as the default, and then curly brace open and close. Regarding just default implementation, right? So now I'm conveying, all implementation classes, you are not required to worry about this default method. If you are interested, you can use this default method. If you are not interested, you can ignore that. If you are not satisfied with this default implementation, then you can override, no problem. Like, sir, just I'm conveying to the implementation classes. Now have a look once. Sir, this is default method. This is the default method. If I add this default method is already having implementation. It's not abstract method. So implementation classes are not required to worry about implementation of M3 method. Now only M1 and M2 they require to implement. Can you please tell now either code is going to compile or not? Please respond. Sunil, Adarsh, Kalins Naik, can you please respond? Either code is going to compile or not? Either code will compile or not? Yes, yes, because without affecting implementation classes, happily we can add new method to the interface, man. Because implementation class not required to implement because this person is already having implementation. So without affecting implementation classes, if you want to add a new method to the interface, then we should go for default method concept. Okay, this default method having implementation, of course it is a dummy implementation only. Remember that, of course it is a dummy implementation only. That's why default method, the biggest advantage what we are going to get, without affecting implementation classes, happily you can add new methods to the interface. This facility is nothing but default method concept which came in the 1.8 version. Now observe, I'm trying to run this code, compile this code. Happily the code is going to compile. We never going to face any problems, sir. So in a single word, can you please tell what is the purpose of default method? Anyone? What the need? What is the main objective of default method, sir? Without affecting implementation classes, if we want to add a new method to the interface, okay, then we should go for default methods concept. Clear? I hope everyone in this session can able to understand what is the reason why this default methods concept came in the picture, sir. Okay, without affecting implementation classes, if you want to add a new method, if you want to extend the functionality of an interface, then we should go for okay this terminology, right? Okay, so now is it possible to use this default method in the implementation class or not? Yes, I will explain. Don't worry about that, sir. Okay, this is sir interface like this. How you can write a default? Now I have one small doubt. Why the word default? Anyone can you please tell? Why the word default? Default means what? Why the word default? No, it is not modifier. Because default modifier means we are not if you are not declaring any modifier, then it is the default. But you never allowed to declare explicitly default modifier with the default. Sir, why the default? Because this method having default implementation. Are you getting? That's why the word default. Boss, it is the default method. Boss, this is the method with the default implementation is already available. By meaning that default word came in the picture. Remember. Now I have one small doubt. Here class test public static void main method string array args. Okay. Now, do you know if you want you can use default method directly, no problem at all, sir. Tester t is equal to new tester. Tester t is equal to new tester. T.m1 perfectly, sorry, m1 assume that T.m1 perfectly it's going to work, sir. No problem at all. Yes, if I run this code, yes, default method. Regarding if you run this code, default method is going to come in the picture. Suppose I'm not satisfied with this default method. Array, no problem, man. Just I'm providing default implementation. If you are not going to satisfy, don't worry about that. Just you can override based on your requirement. Okay? Public void m1 system.out.println overriding version of default method. Overriding version of default method like this I'm taking, sir. That's all. Now take very special care about this one. But the answer by default we are going to get yes. Now onwards this overriding version will get, but not this default method. So, sir, by adding default method concept, already existing implementation classes never going to get effect. Such a type of beautiful concept came in which versions are 1.8 version. Okay, so this is that's why the word why we are using the word defender. It's going to provide protection to all implementation classes. Oh, you are not required to implement. You are not required to implement this method. Just I'm adding. If you want, you can use. If you are not satisfied, you can override. If you don't want, you can ignore. All the facilities I want to provide for the implementation classes. Any doubt? Up to this clear? Okay. What is the need of default method? What is the main purpose of default method? Like this, right? Now I have one small doubt, sir. I have one small doubt. What is my doubt here? Yes, listen carefully. Observe a bit carefully, sir. Default method by default available to the implementation class or not? Default method, is it available to the implementation class or not? Yes. If the implementation class not satisfied with the default implementation, then implementation class is allowed to override that default method or not? Yes, ma'am. Compulsory. It can override, no problem at all. Now my question is, while overriding this default method, compulsory we should use public only. Public only. Because the reason is default method you can't declare inside the classes. Because within the class default means there is another meaning is there. Regarding there is a switch statement, default case, like there is a meaning is there within the class where you can use default within the switch, there is a meaning is there. But here default methods you have to declare only in the interface but not inside a class. Can you please observe that? Can you please have a look once? I'm trying to take default method here. I'm trying to take a default method here. Observe carefully. What is that error by default we are going to get? Modifier default not allowed here. Because default is treated as a modifier which is not allowed. Okay, if you are not writing anything, it is considered the default. So make sure, sir, default methods you should take only inside interface but not inside a class. Very important question. Very important point. Right? Next, one more, sir. There is one more small twist there. What is that twist? There are two important points are there about this default. First twist I am ready to tell. Listen this one carefully, sir. What is my first twist? Sir, can you please tell why I am taking this default method? To make sure this method is available to the implementation class. Correct or not? Sir, is it dummy implementation or meaningful implementation? Dummy implementation only. Regarding default method, just a dummy. Who is the responsible to provide proper implementation? Of course, implementation class is the responsible. So now my question is, this is the default M1, it's available to the class. Now I'm taking default int hash code. Do you know, have you ever heard about hash code method? Have you ever heard about hash code method? Where it's available? Hash code method is available where? Can you please confirm? Where it's available? Inside object class. Yes, good. Inside object class, this hash code method is by default available, right? Now my question is, can you please tell, is it valid or invalid? Ayo, respond me. Is it valid or invalid? Is it valid or invalid? Remember that 100% pakka. It is invalid. Compiler will give left and right. What is the reason for that? What is the reason for that? So the main purpose of keeping this one is to make hash code method is available to the test class. To make hash code method is available to the implementation class. But make sure test is already child of object. Test is already child of object class. Object class method already available to the tester. already available to the tester. Why we have to make it available through default method? Already available to the tester. Why we require to make it available through default method? Like that. So clear conclusion is, remember that clear conclusion is, object class methods we can't implement as a default method, because these object class methods are by default available to every implementation class. That's why we are not allowed to override or to implement object class methods as default methods. Remember, if I can take observe the compile method, observe the error, default method hash code in interface interrupt overrides a member of java.lang.object. But java.lang.object class methods we are not allowed to override. We are not allowed to override. By mistake, if you are trying to override, immediately error by default we are going to get. Remember that. Any doubt? Any doubt? Is it possible to define object class methods as default methods inside interface? Can you please confirm? No, no. What is the reason is, what is the internal reason? Because object class methods by default available to every class, man. What is the need of bringing these methods? What is the need of bringing these methods as the default methods? No, it is not really required. That's why Java want to provide support for default methods defining object class methods. Clear? Any doubt? Observe very carefully about this terminology, sir. Any doubt about this one? Okay. Now the next step. Another important loophole is there. What the other loophole is? Can you please tell? Is Java provide support for multiple inheritance or not? Very important question for the entire room. Is the Java provide support for multiple inheritance or not? Possible or not possible? Not possible. Not possible. Because the problem is, assume that C. Sir, multiple means multiple parents. P1 and the P2. There are two parents are available, sir. C trying to extend P1 and P2. If a class C extends P1 comma P2, immediately Java compiler will give left and right. Hey, multiple inheritance concept is not allowed. Multiple inheritance concept is not allowed. How you can able to do? Like immediately error by default we are going to get, sir. Now the point, why sir? Why it's not allowed? Why it's not allowed? So the problem is, here observe carefully, sir. P1, P2, under this is the C. Under this is the C. P1 class contain M1 method. P1 class contain M1. P2 also contain M1. M1, sir. Oh, P1 contain M1. P2 also contain M1. On the C, if I call M1, which M1 should come? On the C, if I call M1, which M1 should come? Which M1 should come? Immediately error by default we are going to get. Ambiguity problem. Ambiguity problem. This problem is also known as diamond access problem. This problem is also known as diamond access problem, ambiguity problem. If multiple parents contain same method, a method with the same implementation, then for the child which method has to come is always a bigger problem, sir. That's why so Java won't provide support for multiple inheritance with respect to classes. Any doubt? This is called diamond problem, diamond access problem, ambiguity problem, like this. Can you please confirm? Everyone in a position to understand clearly this point? Why Java want to provide support for multiple inheritance? Because multiple parents having parent classes having same method with a different implementation, for the child which method should come, there is no way to specify. That's why so multiple inheritance is not allowed for the classes in Java. Okay, 1 minute. I will look once. Class P1. Class P1. This P1 class contain public void M1 method. Public void M1 method, right? System.out.println. System.out.println. Here just I'm taking P1 method. P1 method like this I'm taking, sir. Similarly, class P2, sir, more concentration must be required for you people. Class P2, sir, same method I'm taking inside P2 also. Class P2, observe that, sir. public void M1. This is the P2 method. P2 method, right? Now, how many classes are there? Can you please confirm? How many classes are there? Can you please confirm? Two classes are there, sir. Class test, extends P1, comma P2. P1, comma P2. Public, static, void, main method, string array args. Okay, now tester T is equal to new tester. Tester T is equal to new tester T dot M1. Can you please confirm which M1 method will come? T dot M1, because test is the child class of P1 and P2. If I call T dot M1, which M1 method will come? Can you please confirm which M1 method is going to come? Is it a problem or not? Yes, compiler will get confusion. That's why whenever we are taking extends P1 comma P2, extends multiple classes, immediately compiler will give left and right. Have you observed, right? What is the comparator method we are going to get? Sir, extends P1 comma P2. After P1, I'm not expecting comma, I'm expecting curly brace. Means don't take comma P2. It is telling very clearly, sir. That's why the problem is going to come. Even you are not calling, even you are not required to call also. You are not required to call also, but still comparator method we are going to get, because in Java we can't extend multiple classes simultaneously. This is the problem, sir. So from this discussion, everyone in this session should be aware why Java want to provide support for multiple inheritance. Any doubt? Are you able to understand, right? Okay. Now, but Python. Do you know Python language? But Python provides support for multiple inheritance. Remember that. Then immediately you ask, sir, can you please show how it is going to provide support? Just a matter of 1 minute. Anyway, beyond our limit, but still let me take, sir. Matter of 1 minute. Observe that. Same scenario I want to implement inside Python. Class P1. P1 is the first parent, first class, right? First parent class. Here, how you can define M1 method? Don't confuse. Don't ask any doubts here. Okay, you are not Python students, sir. Def M1 print of, okay, P1 method like this I'm taking, sir. That's all. First parent class is ready. Now the second parent class also I'm taking, sir. Second parent class. Have you ever saw Python code? Yes, man. Have you ever saw Python code? Okay, that's all. This is about second parent class. Second parent class, right? Now class C extends P1 comma P2. So how you can define inheritance concept in Python? Within bracket, this is the first parent, this is the second parent. This is the second parent. I'm not writing any code. Sir, inside child class, that's why just pass. Pass means I'm not writing any code, right? Now my terminology is C is equal to C. I'm creating child class object. I'm creating child class object, C class objects, right? In Python, this is the way to create C dot M1. Can you please tell which M1 method will come? Which M1 method will come? Anyone, can you please tell? Which M1 method will come in the picture? Remember that. Remember, in Java, there is no way to solve this problem. But in Python, there is a way to solve this problem. The advantage here, how it is going to resolve is, you declared parent classes in which order? P1 comma P2. First, which parent you declared? Can you please tell? First, which parent you declared? P1. That's why P1 method will get the chance. If P1 doesn't contain, then P2 method will get the chance. Okay. Now observe. Sorry. It is the Java code, right? py tester.py. Python py tester.py. P1 method. Are you getting P1 method? By default, we are getting the chance. Now I'm taking sir P2 method. Now I'm taking P2. Sir, first P2 I'm taking and then P1. First P2 I'm taking and then P1. Now onwards, P2 method will get the chance. Are you getting? Now onwards P2 method. So in which order the parent classes are declared, in the same order the output is going to come if it is the Python. Remember, in Python provides support for multiple inheritance or not? Respond, man. Python can provide support for multiple inheritance or not? Yes. A Python class can extend any number of classes, no problem at all. But in which order parent classes are declared, based on that, the behavior by default will be there. But in Java, multiple inheritance concept is not allowed. Not allowed. There is no way, sir, to handle this problem. That's why it is not allowed, right? Okay, well. Now, immediately you may ask, sir, in the 1.8 version, default methods concept came. Sir, if multiple parent interfaces contains a method with the same name, same default method, then which default method will come to the implementation class? Sir, maybe a chance of ambiguity problem. Then what about multiple inheritance with respect to interfaces? Like you may ask. Here, say this one. Interface left. Okay. Default void m1 I'm taking. Default void m1 I'm taking. System.out.println. Left interface m1 method. Left interface m1 method, like this I'm taking. So now interface right I'm taking. Interface right I'm taking. Okay, here also default void m1 is there. Default void m1 is there, sir. Here also system.out.println. Okay, right interface m1 method. Right interface m1 method, like this I'm taking, sir. So interface left, interface right. So total how many interfaces are available? Can you please confirm? Total how many interfaces are available? 2 interfaces, right? Now, if I can take class tester implements left comma right. Implements left and right. Implements left and right. Can you tell, is it valid or invalid? Please confirm. Is it valid or invalid? 100% pakka. It is invalid. It is invalid because from left one m1 is coming, for right also one m1 is coming. Both are having implementation. If tomorrow t.m1, which method will get the chance? Which method will get the chance? Yes. Which method will get the chance? Immediately error by default we are going to get. Class tester inherits unrelated defaults for m1 and m2. Unrelated defaults for m1 from types left and right. This is the problem we are going to get. How you can solve this problem? Very simple, sir. Very simple. There is a way to solve this problem. What is that way? Yes, override this default method in the implementation class. Public void m1, system.out.println, sir, just our own m1 method. You can override, no problem at all. Our own m1 method, like this you can able to take. Okay, so really is it going to work or not? Just observe. Public static void main method string array args. Just I'm taking string array args. So now test t is equal to new test. Test t is equal to new test t dot m1 amka. Can you please guide what the answer we are going to get now? Can you please confirm what the answer we are going to get now? Our own method. Definitely our own method will get the chance. Yes, ma'am. our own method. We override. Then what is the output by default? We are going to get our own method, our own m method, or our own m1 method. Like this, it's going to provide. Now the question is, take very special care. So for this test, I don't want this one. I want a left default method, sir. I want a left default method. Is it possible or not? Yes, there is a way to solve this problem. Left dot super dot m. Regarding now onwards, for test, which m1 method is available? Left dot super dot m1. Left dot super dot m1. Like this, it is going to come in the picture, sir. Let me execute. Now onwards for our test, which method will come, sir? Left interface method will come. Regarding, just have a look once. Left dot super dot m1. Left dot super dot m1. Okay. Left interface method by default will come in the picture, sir. Okay, like that. Sir, then immediately you may ask, you may ask, I don't want left, sir. I want right. I don't want left. I want right. I want right. Then automatically right dot super dot m1. Right dot super dot m1 like this. 100% pakka. 100% pakka. It's going to work. Oh, even by adding default methods, multiple inheritance aside, no problem at all. Even an interface can extend multiple interfaces, no problem. Even both contain same default method, because in the implementation class we can override that. So impossible, such a type of terminology not applicable even in the case of default methods also. Any doubt? Are you able to understand? Next, others. If both interfaces contain same abstract method, then in the implementation class we have to provide implementation for that one abstract method. For that particular abstract method, we require to provide implementation. Any doubt? Clear, right? That's all. So this is also another important point what you people should aware about the default methods. So what is the default method? How you can declare default method? For which purpose default method concept came? Next, where you can use this default method? What are various? So like if two interfaces contains a default method, if two interfaces contains a default method with the same implementation, then in the implementation class, how you can provide default method? Like all the rules are very clear. Clear, right? Yeah. For class level, it is not there, Pankaj. Maybe in the next versions of Java, they may include. As of now, for class level, this type of solution is not there. So maybe Java 14th version, Java 15th version, they may include at class level also. Or otherwise Python style may be copied into Java. Now onwards, Java can provide support for multiple inheritance also. Maybe in the next versions, we may get that. That's all. Any doubt about default methods? What is the default method? How to declare? How you can use? For which purpose this default method concept came? Like that. Any explanation is required? Multiple inheritance with respect to default methods. That part also I covered very clearly, sir. Not required to keep much explanation. Next, one more, sir. Very important. In Java, we have class is there, and then we have interface is there, sir. Listen very carefully. Among these, class and interface, which is costly, which is having the less cost, which is the very costly, which is the very costly. Is it class is the costly or interface is the costly, or which is the light component? Which is the light component? Light component is the class or interface? Remember, class is costly. Sir, class, whenever you are talking about class means very costly, sir. But interface is not that much costly. Because the reason is interface never contain constructor, interface never contain static block, interface never contain instance block. So just only declarations. That's why interface is not the heavyweight component. It's a very lightweight component, right? Okay, well. Next, when we should go for class concept. Okay, sir, if you just taking some M1 method like this. If I want to call M1, what I have to take? T is equal to new test. I can create test object T dot M1 like this. You can call. Are you getting like? So if you want to call any method, we require to create an object and then we have to call. If it is an instance method, static method will be no problem. Directly by using class name, we can call it. Now, so interface is a lightweight component. It's not that much costly, but class is heavyweight component, which is a very costly. Class itself is a heavyweight component, which is a very costly. Now the point is, instance method always associated with the object. Compulsory we should go for class. In that only you can define, and you require to create an object. By using that object, you can call that instance method. But the interface concept, we never going to create an object. We never going to create an object for the interface. Now my question is, I have one static method is there. Sir. Very important point. Make sure I have one static method is there. This is static method no way related to object. Static means what? Without existing object, can I call this method or not? Why? Without existing object, can I call this method or not? Yes. Static no way related to object. If the static method no way related to object, then if you have only static, what the need of going for class? Better to go for interface only. So if you have only static, why you have to take that bloody class, man? Class is very costly. Better to go for interface only. So that we are not required to go for a class which is a very costly. Directly, why don't you go for interface concept which is not that much costly? Okay, like Java people analyze. Sir, if everything is static, if you never want to talk about object, don't go for class, better to go for interface concept only, because from 1.8 version onwards, interface can provide support for static methods also. Remember, why it is providing the support, sir? Because these methods are nowhere related to object. If this method nowhere related to object, what is the need of going for class? Any doubt? Are you able to understand? Right? So from 1.8 version onwards, interface also can contain static methods. Remember that, because static method nowhere related to object. Why we have to go for very costly object terminology, very costly class terminology? Better to run our requirement only with the interface concept. No problem at all. Okay, well, now let me take how to declare static method. Yes, I have one interface is there. Interface there. Interface is there, sir. Interface is there. Now I have static method is there, sir. Public static void M1 method system.out.println interface static method. Interface static method like this I'm taking. That's all. Interface static method like this, right? Yeah. Now my important point. Take very special case, sir. Implements interface. Very important. Very important, sir. Here, how I can call this a static method? So up to this we covered only one point. From 1.8 version onwards, we can take static methods inside interface, no problem at all. We can take static methods inside interface, acceptable, sir. Okay, now how you can call this method? Multiple ways I will tell. First way, sir, interaf.yaml. Interface static method, I'm calling by using interface name. So first one. Second one, anyway, testing the implementation class. Testing the implementation class of interaf, something like child class. All these methods by default available to the implementation class. That's why directly M1 method. Next, by using class name, I'm trying to call. Static method, you can call by using object reference also. P.M1. Yeah, wonderful, sir. In how many ways I'm trying to call interface static method? Please respond. In how many ways I'm calling interface static method? Sir, this is the first way, second way, third way, fourth way. Fourth way, like this, right? Can you please tell among these four ways which are valid, which are invalid? Which are valid, which are invalid? Yes. Excellent, excellent others. All are. Yeah. I want to listen from you people. Can you please confirm which are valid, which are invalid? So let me give numbering also. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can able to tell very easily. Static methods you can call by using object reference also. Pankaj. Static methods we can call by using object reference also. Which are valid and which are invalid. Very unfortunate. No one is telling correct answer. No one is telling correct answer. No one at least guessing correct answer. Nearby also not there. At least nearby also not there. Okay, 100% pakka. All are valid ways of calling interface static method. How many people are telling this one? Khalil Snoik. Any other? All are valid. All are valid. Who can you please confirm? Who told this answer? Mukesh, Kalins, Adarsh, Sunil. Excellent. You people should listen very carefully. Are you getting? You people should listen very carefully. Sir, interface static methods. Interface static methods by default not available to the implementation classes. Remember this one. This is not default method. By default not available to implementation class. Okay. A special point about interface static method. Sir, it's not available to the implementation class. That's why, sorry man, this approach is not going to work. This approach M1, this one is not going to work. Next, by default not available to the implementation class. Second approach also won't work. This approach also won't work because here I'm calling directly or by using interface name or by using interface implementation class. I mean implementation class name or by using implementation class object. All these three approaches are wrong. Remember that. Only one way is the correct. What is that way? Yes, interaf.m1. So interface static methods should be called by using interface name only. Remember that interface static method should be called by using interface name only. Whether it is the implementation class or whether it is the non-implementation class, rule is very clear, sir. Okay, interface static method should be called only by using interface name only. By mistake, if you are using implementation class name or implementation class object reference, or if you are trying to call directly, immediately error by default you are going to get. Let me show all these errors. Observe at which lines the problem is coming. Yes, second, third, and then fourth. Are you getting? Second, third, fourth. Second, third, fourth. Okay, like this. Let me comment all these approaches. Second commented, third commented, fourth commented. Only all these things are commented. Only one line, interrupt.m1. Interrupt.m1. Okay. Now, have you observed, right? Have you observed? Yes, perfectly. Yes, the code is going to compile perfectly. The code is going to run. So, implementation class won't get interface static methods automatically. Compulsory, we have to call explicitly, just like a normal method. Whether it is the implementation class, whether it is the non-implementation class, interface static method behavior is always same. No priority for implementation classes because it is a static method, nowhere related to class, nowhere related to object. Any doubt, others? Okay, even it is not implementation class. I'm removing this one. Still, is it going to work or not? Still, is it going to work or not? Can you please respond? Is it going to work or not? Yes, no problem at all. Perfectly is going to work. Even it's not implementation class also. So definitely it's going to work. Are you getting? So from 1.8 version onwards, interface can contain static methods also. But these static methods are by default not available to the implementation class. If any person want the interface static method, compulsory they should use interface name only. No other alternative to call interface static method. Okay. Next, one more point, sir. This point is also very important point. But the point is, let me take separate file. I'm taking, no problem, or otherwise separate file I'm taking. You may get confused. Okay. Now interface interrupt, sir. Interrupt is interrupt. Public static void main method string array answer. Main method string array answer. Interface main method. Can you please tell, is it possible to declare main method inside interface? Is it possible to take main method inside interface? Main method inside interface, is it possible or not? Yes. From which version onwards is it possible, sir? 1 point. From which version onwards is it possible? 1.8 version. 1.8 version onwards, static methods are allowed inside interface. Static methods are allowed inside interface. That's why happily you can take main method also inside interface. If you want, you can run directly from the command prompt java c interrupt.java. Java c interrupt.java. Java interrupt. Then interface main method. Are you getting? Java interface main method? Happily it's going to come, sir. Java interrupt happily interface main method. By default we'll get the chance. Any doubt? So from 1.9 version, 1.8 version onwards, we can declare static method inside interface, and happily we can invoke static method, interface directly from the command prompt also, because interface can contain main method. Any doubt? Okay. Someone is asking, sir, why static methods concept came? Shukla, why static methods concept came really inside interface? Why static methods concept came, sir? Suppose my requirement is, I want to define utility methods. Are you getting? I want to define utility methods. Add method, sub method, subtraction method, add method, subtraction, product, like there are several utility methods I want to define. Until 1.7 version, where you have to define these methods inside a class only. Inside a class only you require to take class test. Next public void add method int a comma int b, sir system.out.println a plus b, like this you can able to take. Of course, I'm not using any instance variable, that's why let me take care of the static. Where we are taking this static method, can you please tell where we are taking inside static method? Okay, inside a class. Where we are taking the static method? Inside a class. Now my question is, sir, if everything is static, nowhere related to object. If everything is static, nowhere related to object, why you are going for this bloody class? Okay, better to take inside interface only. So automatically performance by default is going to be improved. Remember, if everything is static, nowhere related to object, why you are unnecessary taking this class? Better to go for interface only. Regarding general utility methods, sir, to define general utility methods, we are not required to go for class. Happily we can go for interface concept. Any doubt? Can you please confirm? Shukla, I hope your doubt got clarified. What the need? If everything is static, what the need of going for class fan? Unnecessary, performance is going to be wasted, memory is going to be wasted, because you are going for costly item. If you require sweeper, only sweeping to sweep your house, you require to recruit sweeper. You are not required to recruit IAS officer. Recruiting IAS officer for sweeping purpose, how much stupidness. If everything is static, going for class is also the same stupidness is there. Okay, yes, any number of static methods you can take inside interface, any number. If all are static methods, then class itself is not required at all. We can run the cinema only with interface. Okay, that's all. These are the two concepts which came in the 1.8 version related to interfaces, right? One is default method, second one is what? Static method. Default method main purpose is without affecting implementation classes, we can add the new methods to the interface. Next, the static methods concept, the main purpose is, what is the main purpose of static method? So if everything is static, if it is a general utility method, what is the need of going for? What is the need of going for class? Better to take inside interface only. That's why from 1.8 version onwards, static methods, default methods are allowed inside interface, but variables wise, no difference at all. Okay, that's all, friends.